I'm Alexandra Elias.
Selena Mejia.
I'm Stormy Garza.
Edgar Avalos.
I'm Paola Jimenez.
Javier Exigio Gonzalez.
Melissa Martinez.
And I'm Cesar Rema, and we are Team Giraffe.
We would like for you to first close your eyes, and then, as I'm really do close your eyes. I would like you to picture a Texas back then in your imagination with green grass and full lakes and very beautiful. And now I'd like you to picture Texas now with droughts and dry lakes and yellow grass. And so you can open your eyes now. We're here to present a problem that here in Texas we have a rising demand of a rising demand for water and a decreasing water supply. The droughts prevent Texas from being water efficient. In the next 50 years, Texas our population is to grow double to 50 million people, and our agriculture is to get bigger, and we're going to need a lot more water than what we have. And so in 2011, here in Texas, we suffered a huge drought that caused the cattle industry to lose $5.2 billion, and also the agricultural business has lost about $7 billion. So our solution, our business plan, is to create an alternate solution to other than just using our water resources here in Texas, but to create a desalination plant to take the ocean water and to use our ocean water instead.
Our business will be called Texas Pure. Texas Pure will address the issue of a declining water supply by introducing a relatively new way of obtaining fresh water through the process of desalination. Using this method, seawater is extracted from the ocean and it will be cleaned of all its impurities. It will then be distributed to surrounding water companies, which will in turn sell to their customers and to the public. Our business is beneficial in multiple ways. It provides a nearly inexhaustible source of water that will be sustainable for future generations. It relieves pressure from aquifers by giving them time to refill and to recharge. And it will stimulate the economy by providing job opportunities with the opening of our plant.
First step that we have in mind for our plan of action for this business is to build a strong network, meaning having solid relationships with private institutes that will be willing to invest on our company. We also want to establish a good relationship with water companies and local governments who will be using our water to supply their clients. The second step would be to create the facility, which means to actually create the desalination plant and get it to work. After that, we want to achieve sustainability, which means we're up and running, we're making profit, we're recognized. And after that, we plan to expand our business statewide and also implement recycling plans to places where ocean water is not really available.
The way our company wants to implement is we want to start off with small companies around Houston. We will want to partner up with businesses that are in need of water, as well as businesses that use water to clean their equipment. We do want to start a statewide campaign to educate children on why Texas needs water and how it is running out of it. We want to expand our network by sending representatives to the companies in person. That way we can build a relationship with them. And later on, we do want to expand to the rest of Texas and implement water recycling techniques in the middle of Texas, say where they can't get ocean water.
So what exactly is desalination? Desalination is the removal of salt and minerals from seawater, and this results in clean water for businesses, industries, and agricultural use in Texas.
Since our desalination plant will be based close to Houston area, it will be easy to utilize the ocean water as a water source. We would also be able to recycle drain water to conserve the freshwater resource we have left.
Our distribution plan is to run pipelines to various areas in Texas and utilize truck services for areas in serious drought.
Our target customers are water companies, cities, and independent industries, varying from agriculture to oil company.
As mentioned before, we plan to create strong partnerships with various industries such as manufacturing, mining, and agriculture, as well as water companies, reclamation plants, and local governments for which we would be providing desalinated water to. And we understand that with such actions, we would form some opponents, some of which are opposing politicians, which don't really want to spend too much money on water because they believe that other issues are more important, and other water companies, and as environmentalists as well. And one way that they might oppose is because they might believe that we might be polluting the ocean too much with the brine that is formed as a cause of desalination, the desalination process. But we plan to have a branching system of pipes that will slowly release brine in the ocean and not harm the ecology.
By looking at different desalination plants around the world, we were able to look at the price of which these plants were produced and as well the amount of water they produce each day. With these numbers, we saw that over a 16-year span, with 90 million invested each year, we are able to produce a plant, lay down a pipeline, and as well as cover the employee cost. To pay for this, we would look to private equity, as well as government bonds, and cities themselves. We really want cities to be involved because we can have contracts set with them so that over the years, as water prices rise, as the aquifer is lower, if they have a contract with our company, they're able to maintain a lower cost of water. To gain relationships with these companies, we would send representatives from our company to talk with them and also leave personal ration kits with them if they have any more questions.
So in conclusion, with the population of Texas growing exponentially and Texas facing droughts, eventually in 50 years from now, we will not be able to meet the increasing water demand. Our business, Texas Pure, provides a source of water for industries and cities using oceans instead of aquifers as the main source of water by using desalination plants. Now, our business will be efficient, ecologically friendly, and self-sufficient in about 10 years. And we believe that if you invest now, you will invest for a better future. And we believe that with the benefits our investors would get, we promise to keep fixed water prices rates for 20 years. So for them to invest in our company, we know we're asking for quite an amount of money, but we know that forecasting, thinking ahead, our business is a solution. This is not only an investment of water, and this is more an investment in Texas and the future generation of Texans. Thank you. Now we open the floor for any questions.
One of your earlier slides, you anticipated getting opposition from environmentalists, and then you later on said that you would be environmentally friendly. I'm wondering why you see environmentalists being opposed to you and how you see yourselves being environmentally friendly, either in response to that or as a preemptive measure. Talk to me about the environmental dynamics of what you're doing.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, we're taking seawater, and in the ocean, as many of us know, there's fishes and everything, and many environmentalists believe that some fishes or fish might get stuck in the pipes as we're taking the water in, but we've designed a system with low pressure intake so that even the small fishes can actually swim out of the way and prevent being sucked in.
Can you take me through some of the environmental aspects of turning a somewhat salty sea into hyper-brackish water?
She asked if we could tell them about the process that it takes from being
If you said that you were going to put the salt back in the water?
Oh, after you go through the process of desalination, you have brine left. There are multiple ways of taking rid of the brine. You can simply take it deep into the ocean and dump it there, and because it's such a large body of water, it can disperse. One of the other ways that we had talked about and decided on was a branching system, which you have multiple pipes, each of them branching out, getting smaller and smaller. And with those pipes, they have small holes in them. And so what happens is the brine is pushed through, it's slowly released into the water, and it's released at such a slow rate, but over such a large area, that it's able to disperse very easily, and it doesn't raise its salinity too high.
Have you taken into account the long-term effect your business may have on marine life?
Like I mentioned before, it won't really, as Caesar said, it won't increase the salinity levels of the ocean water because it's such a vast open space. And fish, our low pressure system won't suck them in, so they won't really be affected.
To add what Melissa said, the only really organisms that'll be affected are the plankton, zooplankton, and they reproduce at such a high rate that it won't really matter.
So my question was, how do you plan to deal with like the contamination, like air pollution or different types of pollution and ways that your company can treat?
The only waste I think it would create was the brine, but you know, we have told you how we plan to release brine, and so later on, maybe if there is, when we we expand and try to create other different stuff like the recycling, we'll come to that, but we haven't even thought about like
The effects that our plant could produce to the environment. We haven't really thought about it.
How do you really plan to turn a profit on this nearly $2 billion investment?
Well, we want to sell to, like we said, we want to sell to water companies, and we want to sell them to them at a cheap price. But that cheap price does come back. Is around, it'll make a profit of around, it was around 50 million, right?
Yes.
50 million in a short amount of time, say around a year. And what we're trying to do is that when say people don't invest in our company and water levels start dropping, the water cost is going to start rising, and eventually that water price is going to get so high it's going to meet the price of our company, and then our company's prices will stay the same, and then that's how we will gain an investment.
Real quickly to add what Edgar said, the cost of water right now is about $1.50 per day per person, and per person with all the machinery used, the water we drink, shower, it's around 100 gallons per day. That's $1.50 use normal water means. Using desalination, it's 29 cents. So we would be asking for 40 cents per 100 gallons, and that's extremely low. It's 4 times less expensive.
Okay, what will be the decrease in the water with you taking it out every year? And how will you replenish the water?
the ocean is so big. The ocean is so big, it's an inexhaustible source. 98% of the water on Earth is ocean water, and so right now the fresh water that the 7 billion people on Earth are sharing is just half of 1%, and so 98% compared to half of 1%, I don't think it would make such a big difference of all the water we might be taking from the ocean.
Can we get a round of applause?